Are we rolling? Yeah. What is going on, guys? We are back for another episode of LDP's podcast. Today I'm here with
Max Hawksby,
my boy. So basically today's a little different. Max is an upcoming entrepreneur, but I feel like your goals one day. What you want to become a doctor?
Yeah.
So
I want to go the doctor route.
He wants to go the doctor route, but right now he is actually. And how old are you? You're 17.
17.
Quite a successful entrepreneur. So Max, tell me a little bit about what you do and how you got into what you do.
Yeah.
Start with how you got into it and then tell me a little about what you do.
Sweet. So about like a year ago, I would say so just like every other teen, right? I was working, making minimum wage, doing good. And grew up single mom, in the house, and she works her job and I don't want to tap into her. So I saw thrifting as a good way to get some clothes, and just rock them and stuff. So we'd go to the thrift stores with my grandpa, and we would look for shit. I would buy, can I curse?
Yeah.
Oh, bad. Okay. So I would look for stuff in the thrift store, and, I'd buy pants, I'd buy shirts, I'd buy this. And my mom would, say, why are you doing this secondhand? And, I would just tell her, don't worry, I'm just rocking it and stuff. And discovered a new market behind everything of vintage clothing, and it became a huge market. And, 1 year later, here I am doing, very well in my space, and I'm just enjoying it. So that's really how it kind of became what it became.
What it is.
Yeah.
So what is your brand called right now?
So it's Hawks Vintage, and that's from my last name, Hawksby. We love the Hawk in the family, so I took that, sentimental value and put it into the brand name.
Nice.
So it just sticks with it.
Nice. So talk to me a little bit about. So you start, right? So initially you started just buying the clothes for yourself.
Yeah. So initially I just started buying the clothes for myself, and this is how it took off. So I posted a Scooby-Doo shirt. I'll never forget. I bought the same shirt. I bought it just like last month. I bought the same shirt that got it started. That's literally just like, that I made it. Almost kind of a reminder. But I found a shirt with my grandpa for $2. And I posted on my page like, hey, this is when I just started. I had 30 followers that I had just, my friends were following me. And took that, and from there, posted it up. Some guy hit me up, said, yo, you do $200 on this. I didn't even post the price. $200. I was like, yeah. I was freaking out. Told my mom, I sold this shirt for $200. Boom. And once I saw that, I started looking at his page and saying, hey, this guy spent $200. I wonder what some of the other ones go for. And boom, discovered this market of just shirts.
Yeah. So it started from you going just thrift store to thrift store.
Yeah.
And getting the stuff.
So I would hit like 2-3 thrifts a day, and I was only 16, so I went with my grandpa. My grandpa's super supportive, and we would just go, and he would love it. And me and him just spent times in thrifts. We'd look for stuff, and then once I learned a little more, I started looking for specific stuff, and just kind of growing like that. What I would sell on my Snapchat actually to make back some money. So I would get like crew necks and stuff and sell them. I would buy them for $5, sell them for $15. $8 for shipping, and yeah, I would just do that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Just getting the brand out there. Create some brand awareness. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that's, I guess we could say, like phase 1.
That was like phase 1, yeah.
Starting. So you're 16, you're going thrift store to thrift store with your grandpa. At this point, are you posting this stuff on your website?
No, so I never had a website. I've done everything on Instagram. It's a good way to reach people. And I did everything on Instagram, and I just kind of built up my name. I forget, I had a different name, but I changed it to Hawks. It was a Hawk Vintage, and then I was building that up. So then I started building, discovering stuff, discovering who was like, what the niches were. There were specific phases. Like when I first got in the game, a big thing that was trending was like vintage cartoons.
Right.
Cartoons was a huge, phase of vintage. And when I got in the game, that was like what was popping off. Everyone wanted cartoon stuff. So casually, like commonly, I would just kind of assimilated myself and started, getting into people's niches and learning like, oh, if these people like cartoons, I bet I could just start buying cartoons and reselling it.
Yeah.
So cartoon shirts like Nintendo, all of them.
Awesome. So talk to me about finding products now, because you told me off camera, now you no longer go thrift store to thrift store.
So now I have 3 major places that I source from. So one is individuals that find stuff, thrifters. 2 is now I source through like original owners of the shirts, like multiple shirts at once. And 3 is I have a friend Yeah, I would call him a friend now. I'd say, you know what's funny is like a lot of people that I work with, they started as customers and now they're friends.
Yeah.
Right. So I was a customer to him. Now it's a friend. So his friend, he's in Miami every month. I'm buying some from him wholesale. So yeah, 3 major outlets, and I don't leave the house anymore to find clothes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you kind of exhausted your options like in person.
Yeah.
Really
So
worth
now
it.
I'm doing it a little bit more in person because I'm meeting with people. As one part of it. So I guess I'm doing that, but it's still all online. I'm not leaving the house without knowing that it's 100% that I'm going to get something.
You still get the urge sometimes of finding that golden thing in the store that no one knows about.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go late at night, or if I'm with my girlfriend, we'll go and we'll just look just for fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes you hit gold.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
It's always cool.
Okay, so talk to me now about just upscaling the brand in general. You were telling me also that now you're running advertisements to get your name out there a little bit heavier.
Yeah. So right now I'm doing, an advertising campaign on Facebook, and that's bringing in a lot of people that, might want to sell their old clothes because, that's the niche I'm in, is clothing. Sounds funny, right? Clothing, it's a specific niche, but does great. And that's kind of what I'm running the ads for. But now what's working for me is going live and kind of following the new Instagram algorithm, I would say. Like, posting reels, doing that, and just kind of growing, I'm going to start doing like more in-person stuff, hopefully in the future, like doing like little pop-ups.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's good because you get a little more of the average person looking to buy like a $20, $30 t-shirt, get some stuff like that. So that's kind of the route I'm taking.
How about that haul you just hit?
Oof, that was nice.
Tell them about it.
Okay, yeah. So this Monday, from the ads, I was, running them, and some guy messaged me with some punk rock shirts and some bands that I had never heard of. The Mises. I mean, I've heard of one of them. It was Weezer. Man, I gotta think. There are some crazy ones, but yeah, 44 shirts. 44 shirts total. A couple Rolling Stones ones here and there, right? So I asked him what his price was. Told me a number. Told me 600. And then we ended up working it down to 5. So boom, $500, right, for some old t-shirts. And then I spent the whole day Monday hustling, posting them up, selling them. And then that day I think I did 4,600.
Beautiful.
That day.
Talk to me about. So wait, hold on. So you made 4,600 that day off of
what I found.
That's what I'm saying, guys. So we're gonna kind of flip this whole conversation now. I'm gonna spin it off what he does into just mindset and mentality. Do you believe that there is a flaw in working as a young kid our age, living at home with no expenses right now, just a traditional, job on the side for minimum wage?
Yeah. If I'm talking to one person, I'm going to look at the camera because I'm going to get serious right now. If you're sitting at home, no expenses, right? I have expenses because I'm running ads. I'm spending money.
You have expenses within your business.
Within my business, yeah. But I live for free, right? I help out at home with stuff. I buy my own stuff, though. But if you're sitting at home, and even if you're working minimum wage, this is the best time of your life to get started. And I think, Luke and I are very like-minded. This is the best time. And I think there is a huge flaw. I think a lot of people are in almost not really a false reality, but they almost think it's too hard because they see people that have done it and they don't understand the process. And there's a natural process. And once you start, the road is it's amazing. And I think there is a
100%.
huge flaw. Yeah.
100%. I think part of the problem is no one's willing to do work and not get paid for it in the beginning.
Yeah.
No one.
It's tough. Yeah. I mean, starting out, right? So, now I'm doing much, much better, right? So now I'm kind of, I'm at the teenage, like, financial stability.
Yeah.
Like, where I have what I want. I just live life. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy my day to day. But when I first started this business, I took losses. I wasn't making money. I wasn't making the money I was. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And it's a rough start. I started it really seriously in September. It didn't take me until January of like last year, right? January, to really get going, to really start bringing in $3,000 a month profit, $4,000 a month profit. And now it's kind of, kicked off to where I'm doing what I want.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I want, but I'm never satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm just to keep going for more.
Yeah, and you're not working a regular job right now.
No, I just
No.
do it full time. I was working, and listen, I loved what I did because I taught karate. I've grown up, you know, in martial arts my whole life, so I taught karate. It wasn't like I was like scanning like books or something, or you know, just sitting behind a desk. But at least I was interactive. I met people, and it was a fun job. But you know, just being there, I mean, I remember the first time that I had brought in $1,000 in one day. That day made me realize, like, yo,
Yeah.
like maybe working's tapping into my time a little too much, and I'm gonna
Yep.
start putting it back into me.
And that's exactly what happened with me and Dario. So obviously we have the podcast and his
Yeah.
music career, our digital marketing agency that is, you know, our newest baby, our newest project, Social Flock, and it's going to be doing some big things
yeah.
in the coming future. But I was working as a server in a restaurant. You know, I would have my days 240, 250, 260. But, you know, better days. So if you work 6 days a week, 7 days a week like I was, and then going to your other job after that like I was probably making like close to $2,000 a week off work. But I had
Just hustling.
But you have no life, right? You have absolutely no life. So just off hustling, I was making, we'll lowball at $1,500 a week off the books. Good money, right?
Yeah.
Right, for a young kid, $1,500 a week. Where's my room to scale? Nowhere. I have no room to scale with that, right?
Yeah.
That's a problem. And that's like not a lot of people think like that. If you don't have room to scale and whatever you're doing doesn't really give you the opportunity to develop a level of limitless potential,
Yeah.
why are you working that job?
Yeah.
Right?
If you're in a field that you are at a peak and you are not where you want to be, it's the wrong field.
Exactly.
the
And
wrong
I'm
place.
telling you right now, like, unless you're forced to, right? And there's so many of you guys, if you're watching this on a smartphone right now and you're younger, you're probably blessed to be in the position to where you don't have to wake up and slave every day like your parents may have to for you so that you could live a comfortable lifestyle. Start putting yourself in the position to where you don't have to. For me, I look at my parents as fuel. I see them work so hard for me and my brother.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Same.
and I respect grind and hustle and hard work, but I want my grind to be different. I
Yeah.
want my grind to be, I'm on the phone with a client and I'm making sure that things are going smoothly, and you know I'm sending someone to go do a job because I want it to look as good as possible for said client, and
Yeah.
I want to collect my money off that client. I want to be able to sit here and make $2,000 off a podcast because I have good sponsors and I'm getting viewed hundreds of thousands of millions of times, and AdSense is fucking running me through the roof. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of lifestyle that I want to live, you know? So I look at my parents as motivation, and you're working so hard, just so hard to get what you can. But the problem is the room for scaling, you know,
That's it.
and I see that. And it's not, in their generation, they weren't exposed to people that
Doing
even had
this.
conversations about room for scaling. It was like, okay, how much am I going to make a year?
Going to college.
Yeah. And then, okay, yeah, that's good enough to support a family and to do my thing. But if you want to get into a different scope, I guess you could say, if you want to get into it, if you want to go from someone that's living just an average life to living comfortably, because even when people say your average life, you're not living comfortably because you're not comfortable until you go to work. What happens when you can't go to work? You're fucked. So everyone's saying, oh yeah, I'm developing a comfortable lifestyle, but it's only comfortable when you're working. Unless you have like a really good state job, what happens when you get sick?
Yeah.
You make no money.
Zero.
And I came to that realization when working down the block at a restaurant, got a cold. Oh, boohoo. Everyone catches a fucking cold. Little headache. I was coughing. I didn't want to go to work and overtire myself to where I got even sicker, because I've done that before, just trying to like overtax myself. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give myself the time to rest. I gave myself about 4 days off. And I think that's when the realization started hitting. I'm like, I'm making no money. I have to go there. They literally have, like you say, like we could say again, the golden handcuffs on me, because unless I show up and bust my ass for a 9-hour shift for these guys, I'm making no money today. The employer is the employer because they realized that they didn't want to be an employee, right? At some point they realized that, and they realized, and they had enough sense to say, okay, I know the right things to do to keep an employee as an employee, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a system of power. The employer doesn't ever want the employee to surpass them.
And that's why you're at a limit. And like to go back on what you were saying,
Yeah.
right? When you're working a job right out of college, let's say you get boom a degree, how much more can you scale?
Yes.
And in what period of time? You're an employee. You work for a higher up technically, right? So if you're here and you can only go here and here and here and here every year, what about that?
Yeah.
What about a great linear growth?
Yeah.
Every year working on yourself. That's what I realized. That was my click. So I know how yours
100%.
was, getting sick. I mean, when I realized that if I just do the right stuff, there is no limit.
Yeah.
There is no limit.
No,
I'm
there's
not
not.
going to hit a limit. For the next 4 years of my life, before I'm off to, really grind out what I want to do, I can just keep going up on this like almost exponential at this point.
100%.
Where I just get better and better at my field.
100%.
Why not work on yourself? I mean, I see so many people doing gym content. Perfect. Because listen, not only are you working on your self-improvement, but now let's say you're getting sponsorships. So now you're making money in your field and you're helping yourself both physically and financially.
Yeah.
It's like, it's amazing.
And how many hours a week do you think you're realistically putting in?
Right now, I'm grinding. So it depends. So some days, I'll really hit, like, this Monday that I hit it, I was up at 8 a.m. to get my haul, and I didn't go to sleep until 1 a.m. So, you got to grind. You got to work. You got to work. This isn't, the process is the fun part.
Yeah.
And I know we were talking about this off camera.
Yep.
The process is the best part because you're grinding. You're not there yet. And there's a good end goal. There's a positive end goal, but you're learning how to get there.
Yes.
So, like a day like today, I didn't really do much. I just, kind of managed, took some payments, and yeah. I think today,
maintained today.
Yeah, today I think I brought in 900.
Yeah.
900.
Beautiful.
To just a day.
Yeah.
I have friends that say they don't say much, but I just think like that. Oh, something that they say is like some of my camp friends is like, oh, I worked out in the sun for 8 hours, and I made so and so maybe $300 for the week just to sit out in the sun. I got fair skin. I can't survive in the sun.
Yeah.
That's not an option for me. But I'm just saying, all jokes aside, like that's just not for me.
Yeah.
That's just not for me. And I like to work, but in the way that I do it.
But dude, I don't think anyone really wants it to be for them. It's just that their view is so warped, and they've been around so many closed-minded people their entire lives that tell them, even if their parents are somewhat financially stable, their parents told them when they were younger,
what to do.
Get to work so that you can make some money for yourself. They tell them the same exact thing.
Always.
So they're spoon-fed poor knowledge because that's all that their parents were spoon-fed.
My mom told me the same thing when I started. I mean, I don't blame her because that's what she grew up knowing is you have to stick to this plan and you have to do this and that, right? And then when you go on your own and you kind of take another route, you're going to realize like very quick, I realized very quick, this is the route. This is a positive route
that I want to take.
Yeah, and my mom just didn't understand it until now, now I'm in a position where I can help my mom because I don't have the bills to pay, right? So, when she goes out with her friends, I pay for her food.
Yeah.
When she went for her birthday, I buy her nice things. For gifts, I get her flowers, Now I'm in a position where I can thank her for sticking with me, but in the back of my head I know that even though she didn't want me to do this, it's not her fault.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people put blame on people. It's never your parents are not at fault, okay?
Everyone's a product
I'm not
of
saying I'm not saying like all scenarios, but I'm just saying, for mine, it's not something to fault your family for not believing in you because they want you to succeed.
Yeah.
And I think another topic that like we could definitely get into is like almost like now is like 17, 18, 19. Our parents and that other generation, they only had one route. And or two routes, I would say, trade or school.
Yeah.
And I think a lot has changed.
Oh my God, dude. Do you know how many this is what people don't understand. A lot of people still have the mentality, either go to school or get a trade. Bro, do you realize how many trades
routes
there are just in relation to social media? Like there has to, I would say there's at least over 1,000.
Oh yeah. 1,000 different routes you could take.
There's at least 1,000 different ways to make money through social media. No, definitely more. Definitely more than 1,000. Affiliate marketing, drop ship. Like, bro.
So many.
Bro, there is so many.
You can make a website selling bubbles. make money.
Really, it's endless. There's so many
You could
different.
do so many different things.
Start an agency. Start a podcast.
Right, boom, right here.
Resell vintage clothing. Literally,
So many trades.
Yeah. Problem is, you could literally give someone the sauce and tell them exactly what to do. You could sit here, bro, and give all the knowledge that you would give out on your course, and fucking, you could sit here and give someone all the knowledge, and they still
Wouldn't act.
wouldn't do anything.
And it blows my mind.
Yeah,
Blows my mind. You could spoon feed somebody. I tell my friends all the time. They understand what I do, and they know. And, you know, I pay them to come help me, and I pay them well, right? I pay them $30 an hour if they help me sometimes. And I try to tell them, look, this is possible.
Yeah.
This is possible because, you know, people don't want to see people look at the green side, and then I'm showing them not the green side. I'm showing them the nasty side, the hustle, the 16-hour days where you're like, I can't do this anymore. And it's 12 o'clock at night, and you're sitting here, and you're like, all right, I got to finish this. Right? There were so many nights where when I was in, you know, I just finished my junior year, and I'm book smart, right? There would be nights where I would finish my papers, and it would be 1 a.m., and I'd be like, if I don't ship this out tomorrow, someone's going to get upset. And I would go downstairs, and I'd do shipping for another hour.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up, and I'd be a little tired. Dug it out.
Yeah.
You gotta just deal with it.
Yeah.
And that grows another like whole
Thick
another
skin and
level.
character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. And at the end of the day, I tell every single follower, subscriber of mine, don't take advice from people that are not in the position that you want to be in.
Yep.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
That's like asking a fucking construction worker how to fix a broken nose. He's going to say, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So stop asking people that know nothing about your field if you think this is a good idea.
Yeah, you have to
Everything is a good
surround.
idea.
Yeah.
Look around. Look around right now. Go outside and look around at the fucking road, at the stop sign, at the building down the street, at the pizzeria. All those things merely started as ideas.
Yeah.
Everything. Look at that camera that we're recording off right now. These couches, these microphones,
Someone
that little
thought of
cloud, this phone, that chair, the green screen. Everything that you look at, these friggin' wood panels, everything that you look at just started as an idea or just a thought.
Yeah.
The thought popped into someone's head, and then someone acted on the
And
thought.
they ran with it.
They ran with it, and now it's a reality.
Boom.
That's literally the sauce. That's all you need to know. That's it.
Find something
What
that-
more is there to it? You find something
No.
that you enjoy
Yeah.
to some degree. You think about it. You act on it. It works.
I have a friend he's going into his junior year now, was telling me he resells cars. He resells old cars, right? He buys them for $2, sells them for $4. That's something he likes. He likes cars.
Yes, bro.
You can make money in any space that you enjoy.
Yeah.
You could think of I wonder if you thought of the stupidest field.
Yeah.
Right? I collect Pokemon cards. I
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
There's money in Pokemon cards.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of money. Like
Yeah, stupid money.
Stupid money
Yeah.
in cards. You could think of any little thing.
Yeah.
You can scale it up.
Yeah,
and
bro.
that's something that you want. If you can find something you could continuously get better and continuously scale, that's golden. You just gotta stick with it. Stick with it through the mud.
Bro, and I used to be obsessed with baseball bats, right? I'm gonna give you guys some fucking free game right now about baseball bats. Ready? The bats. You go on Just Bats reviews and you look at bat reviews for BB Core baseball bats, high school level, right? And you'll see a bunch of bats. You go to the top ranked bats that people are commenting, this bat is insane. I don't know how this bat is not banned.
Yeah.
I hope they make this bat next year. And if you have $5,000 extra dollars, you spend $5,000 and you'll probably be able to get around 10 baseball bats, whether it's Meta Prime, CF Zens, whatever they may be. By next year, you'll be able to sell each bat sealed for another $250 more than what you bought it from, almost guaranteed. I can almost fucking guarantee you it. Dario, I bought a DeMarini Voodoo and a Louisville Slugger Meta Prime. Expensive ass bats when I used to play baseball, but
Yeah.
knowing that they were the best bats that I could have bought at the time.
Yeah.
The Meta Prime that I bought, okay, and mind you, I use these bats, but if I would have bought many of them and kept them and held them, the Meta now, okay, even used is going for $150 more than what it went for brand new. Brand new, it's going for close to $1,000 right now.
You know what's funny is
They doubled. If you look, Google Louisville Slugger Meta Prime red or blue right now. They're going for like $800 to $1,000.
And I think what's so funny is you could sit here and tell people, right? You could sit here and tell people that idea.
Oh, I don't
and
believe it.
And then they do it, and then automatically what they think of is, oh, I'm down $5,000. but they don't want to look at the next year where they're up 3.
Bro, at
Where they're up 3.
At the worst, you'll break even. At the very worst. Bro, you could literally, and idiots, you could literally sell them back to the supplier. They're brand new.
You can return them.
You sell them to a company that resells bats. They're gonna see a bat that's selling for $1,000. You bought them for $500. If they do nothing, you get rid of them for $700, or for $500, what you bought them for. But you have to be willing to take the hit.
Yeah,
bro, off fucking baseball bats.
Yeah.
Like what, bro? You could make money off anything. There's a guy, Eddie from Harlem Bling. He runs a jewelry business.
Oh yeah.
And he is an extremely motivated, disciplined, hardworking guy. And when he talks about business, he's like, "You think this shit came overnight?" And he talks about it. He's basically a middleman in a way, to where he has suppliers. He resells the jewelry through his site for an upcharge and pushes it out. But he's worth millions and millions of dollars. So he's spending a shit ton of money to get the stuff wholesale, and you as an individual don't have the ability to buy it for a wholesale price because you can't spend $100,000 worth of fake jewelry. So he's still going to sell it to you for the best price amongst everyone with the best quality, but he's at the top of his field. He's essentially just a middleman. He's just a middleman. All he is.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot more that goes into that business. You have to make sure that your suppliers are actually fucking with you. You know, you have to deal with orders that don't go through, get messed up.
Yeah, stuff goes into it. I mean, you gotta. There's other routes and stuff.
100%. Like surface level, it sounds easy. Nothing is easy. Like none of this shit is easy. You think what you do is easy?
No.
Fuck no.
No, that's actually very funny. The amount of people I had come up to me in school and say, "Wow, you made so and so amount." Because I tell people, right? Because I want them to realize this is possible.
Yeah.
So
I'm listening.
It's not only like the money, because the money for me, it's like a reward. Like I'm playing a video game. Like it's leveling up this amount, this amount.
Right.
When I had people come up to me and say, "Oh, you sell T-shirts, must be easy," that's when I started posting. Oh, 16-hour work nights. Oh, 12 hours screen time on Instagram and Facebook talking to people. I mean. Yeah, you wouldn't even imagine. I sit on my phone talking to people, grinding it out, going to find stuff. None of it's easy at start, at the middle. It doesn't really get that easy until you really have a great understanding of your field. And I would literally tell them, I would say, "You're wrong.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, you're wrong.
I could bet 10 grand that you could not replicate what I do."
100%.
And that's a very important thing to know. But this was a year ago, I would have never thought this was possible.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would have someone's, almost 6 figures saved up at 17. Yeah. I mean, what's
who's doing it?
Yo, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, less. Way less than the 1%. Way less than.
And I'm doing T-shirts.
Bro,
I'm doing T-shirts.
Yeah.
Think about if you do watches, for instance. I'll give you guys free game. Watches. Look at watches. Look at people that resell watches. Yeah. I don't know if you probably watch Steve will do it.
Yeah.
You watch Steve will do it, right? I love Steve. He has the one guy that sells watches. I started watching their videos, timepiece trading, $2 million a month. Yeah. Some of the sales are doing. Yeah. Watches. You just scale. You just get better and better.
Yeah, but you need to have the money to buy that first.
Yeah.
$80,000 piece of jewelry, $30,000, $40,000, $10,000 piece of jewelry.
Like 40,000, right? And then it goes for 45.
But the problem is people will look at it and be like, "Oh, I have to spend 10,000 on a watch," and then they see the cash gone. So they see the liquid asset gone, and now they're holding an item, and they're like,
they're scared.
They're like, "What's going to happen with this?" So you have to be you have to be willing to know that there's a chance that it will go up. There's a chance that it will go down.
Well, you're taking a gamble.
Life is risk.
Yeah,
life is risk. But bro, literally, I just fucking Googled it, and then my phone died. Dario, 2021 DeMarini Voodoo BB Core. I bought that bat on justbats.com for $199.99. You can go check what it was selling for at the end of 2021. Right now, it's selling for over $400. It doubled. What if I would have bought 100 bats?
Boom. And that's an investment. That's just one space of investment.
I would have made 20 grand off 100 bats.
Bats.
Baseball bats.
Bats.
I literally could have listed them on eBay, and I could have sold them wholesale and probably made 10, 15 grand.
Investments at any point, even little investments, right? If you're, if this reaches someone that's maybe 12, 13 that doesn't have that much money, bats is a great source.
Yes.
Cars are a great source.
Yes.
Just put your money in something that you enjoy and sit on it a little bit. Don't be so worried.
Yeah.
Right? I do get worried sometimes where I do a buyout, let's say $17,000, $18,000, and I start to worry like, I start to think in my head, but then I'll have that realization that it's an investment.
Yeah.
It's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah.
And, okay, if I lose $1,000, whatever, I'll make it back.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill you. $1,000 we were talking about, 100, 1,000, 10, even 10,000.
Nothing.
In the long run, no.
Bro, and if you're
No.
and if you're a fucking spoiled kid, like literally all of us, if you're if you're
I'm
spoiled,
saying, yeah, everyone. I would say anyone
Most of the
watching on your
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
If you have a phone,
you're spoiled to a degree.
to a degree.
I can guarantee you, okay? I can guarantee you right now that you have $500 worth of bullshit that you don't need lying around that you could list on either eBay or fucking offer up
Offer
or,
and just boom.
or somewhere local.
Get a startup.
Get rid of that shit. Now you have your capital. Or you go work the 9 to 5 temporarily
Get that.
and then get out as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, I
That's
stacked up
it.
first. I had 5,000 that I stacked up from
Yeah.
working because I started working at 14 and I loved what I did and I stacked it up. I started making money
And
and
that
I
was- and
didn't
that was your
spend much,
capital.
and that was my capital. I took
Yeah.
that and I took a hit at first. You know, $2,000. $2,000 for me when I was at $5 grand.
fucking
was,
deal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I spent $3,000 on a program the other week.
Yeah.
That's not a hit.
Yeah.
You know, it just and that just becomes
There's levels. There's levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there was a point where
that would have been like, oh my god, that would have been
almost
life
all
or
your
death.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally would have been life or death. Insane. But
Yeah,
but bro,
I just think the build up is, and people like, you know, just fear it. There should be no fear because if you really, really love what you do, it comes very fast.
Yes.
Very fast. And even, you know, to me, it feels like a long time. If you tell somebody 9 months, that's like nothing.
Bro,
I know people that have been working on their field for 15 years.
Yeah.
They're not where they are.
yeah.
15 years.
Yep.
And I'm not where I'm at all. And I can see myself going for 15 years and not being at where I'm at because you just get better and better, bigger
Yeah.
and bigger.
Yeah, but bro, there's just a level of like you get comfy, bro. If you're making $1,000 a week off work and you're living at home, you just get comfy, bro.
Yeah.
And I know it because it happened. It happened to me, and I was making even more than $1,000 a week. I was making somewhat close to $2,000 a week certain weeks, but
Yeah.
I was working 70 hours a week. That's modern. That I know.
70
I know-
hours is
I know it sounds like that's modern day slavery.
70 hours.
I have
is
to
a
give
lot.
you
That is
seven.
so much work.
I have to give you 70 hours of my time for a transfer of value that has no real asset behind it that's going to continue depreciating. And if I was
Yeah.
alone by myself, I would be still struggling and forced to do this. Absolutely not. I will never allow it to be my lifestyle because guess what? I'm thinking of it from the position of, okay, what if I was making this amount of money, but I was fucking moved out? I would be fucked.
Yeah.
Unless I lived in a terrible area, I would be fucked. What if my parents offed me when I was 18 and they offed Dara when he was 18? Fucked. Totally fucked on $1,000 a week unless
Yeah,
we move
couldn't
together and put our incomes together. And at the end of the day, it's a system. That's what they want you to do. They want you to feel like you need to be reliant on someone, so you
Yeah.
have that. Then comes the marriage through the state. Then comes the divorce through the state. It's a system that they put you in because they're at the end of the day, they're playing chess. They're
Yeah.
the kings.
No, that's a huge thing is the school systems.
Yeah.
It's a chess game.
Yeah.
They are setting you up because why do you think so many people don't want to take this risk?
Yeah.
Think, where do you spend most of your time growing up? School.
Yeah.
What does every teacher tell you? Oh, college. It's setting up for college. It's setting up for the next level to get that degree.
Dude, it's
to
so
go
flawed.
into work.
I look at them now and I
I've
literally
never heard a
laugh
teacher.
at
I've
them.
heard teachers tell me that t-shirts and working was too much at my young age. I took piano because I love instruments, right? My piano teacher, word for word, told me, Max, why are you working so hard at 16 when you could be enjoying your school?
That's insane.
Word for word.
Yeah.
She told me. And
You're a piano
you know,
kid. Like I hate to say it, but like you're not making.
you're in the system.
Yeah.
That's it. And there's no problem with that. Just it's not for me.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is no one's telling you can do it. And no one's showing you belief that you can do it. And I think that's a good thing with TikTok is it's reaching people and people are starting to realize, yo, I can do this. This is not hard.
Yeah.
My best friend Vinny, I work out with him all the time. He just got into day trading. He's learning. And he started small, has set a goal, $30 a day he wants to make day trading. Small goal, think of the scale. 30 becomes 60, 60 becomes 100, 100 becomes 200. $1,000 a day. I have friends make $1,000 a day day trading.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah.
you just break the cycle.
Yeah, bro. Literally, and taking the majority of your money. Like, bro, think about this. It's absurd to me that people go to like through the school. You're going to a fucking guidance counselor that doesn't make six figures, that needs to work for a living, that's totally trapped. How the fuck are you gonna guide me? I need better guidance than that. You're f***ed.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not f***ed yet because
I
my
know.
parents are still good. But you're f***ed. Like I'm sorry, that's bullshit. But bro, I'm just saying like okay, listen, right? You go to school, right, to become a teacher.
But I low-key do know what you mean.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
What?
And listen, if you love
go to
teaching,
school-
and even if you love teaching, the crazy thing is, if you love teaching, right, and you go to a school, right, that's one phase. You can love teaching and teach people other values. Like,
Yes.
you can teach people something that you, let's say growing up you loved dance, and you think that teaching a subject in school is your only option. You become a dance teacher, you start marketing yourself the proper way, make more money than you are teaching.
Yeah.
Doing something that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Teaching and doing something like dance, let's say, is a very popular aspect, I would say,
Yeah.
for, like females. I know a lot of males. I mean, I danced when I was younger.
Yeah.
I just didn't stick with it. But let's say for karate, right? I stuck with karate. Let's say I wanted to teach karate my whole life. You could scale it up.
Yeah.
You just need to find you need to find something that can always improve. You need to improve.
Yeah. Bro,
That's it.
the way the school system works, it makes your teachers seem extremely knowledgeable.
They're in 20 years. They haven't improved. Maybe a little bit, right? My mom's a
They're-
teacher. She even says it.
Bro, but it's
You,
like
you maybe get a little bit of raise.
Yeah.
4 years.
Bro,
4 years.
And my dad's a cop. Same thing. But bro, it's like you're knowledgeable about a whole lot of nothing if you don't want to become a fucking teacher in that field.
Yeah.
It's like, what, bro? Like that's shit. I'm not saying it doesn't take hard work to get into the position of, becoming a guidance
Yeah.
counselor.
We're just saying
I'm
hypothetically,
this is
right?
any
This
field.
is like,
this is really for any field, but the pay that you're going to make and that you're basically going to be stuck in doing, don't sit there and tell me that you wouldn't like to triple your income, because you would.
right now I
course you
triple my
would.
income.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could triple
No
my
matter
income.
what you're making, you want to triple your income, 10x your income, 100x your income. Of course you do. That's just human nature.
But can your field let you do that? That's a huge
and that's a question that you need to be able to ask yourself. Will that even ever
Happen.
be a possibility?
Will
for
there
me?
one day be a time where, oh my God, I 10x'd
Yeah.
from where I was at
These
5
people,
years ago?
These people get elevator jobs. You get stuck at the top floor, and you literally can't go anywhere from there. I call them elevator jobs, and unless you get really good, unless you get really good at something on the side, like investing, which
Like real
is
estate or
also
something.
limitless, or real estate, limitless, an agency, limitless. These are all things that are completely limitless. You're trapped in what you were told you have to do. Insane.
Yeah.
Totally
It's-
crazy.
Yeah, and
No.
I think another problem is there needs to be, especially in school, and I'm big on that the education system is flawed.
Yeah.
Is for STEM, for instance, right? My overall goal is to be a doctor, and I genuinely want to help people, and then that's what the field I want to go into is medical, right? And I want to be a dermatologist. I want to do skin. My little brother grew up super hard life in the beginning with skin problems, had like rare diseases he would have to see. I mean, last year he had, a disease he wasn't even supposed to make it. I almost lost my brother. And like I want to genuinely help people. So for me, at that like medical eventually will hit that elevator, but certain jobs are not being pushed out. Like there's so many people that say don't become a doctor, don't become this. STEM is getting too complicated, let's just say, right? I think there needs to be more like focus on these fields that you can grow.
Yes.
And that's the problem, that's the flaws. There's why, and I'm just saying history is a great subject, right? But why are we spending more time learning about history than we are financial?
I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. Or my teacher.
How many people know what a Roth IRA is?
Nobody.
How many people are going to invest when they're 18 to build their credit score?
Nobody.
It's not talked about. They're setting you
It's
up.
insane.
They're setting you up the wrong way.
No,
and they could be
they're not even setting you up for failure. Setting you up for system.
they're
setting
just
you
to
up
put you
for the
here,
system.
put you in this trap.
Yeah.
And like just going back, it's loops.
To then go home and watch the news and figure out who you're supposed to hate and fucking, bro, it's actually insane what they do to us.
It's ridiculous.
And there's a reason that we need to shine more light on people that are trying to help people get out and escape, especially if that's a primary goal of yours. And there, like you were saying, like, oh, it's crazy how they don't even think about it. By the time they think about it, it's too late because they were told every day,
This is the right way. This is the right way.
Take things day by day. What do you mean take things day by day? I'm thinking about next year.
Yeah.
Where am I going to be next
Yeah.
year if I take things day by day? I'm going to be in the same position I was on this very day, trying to take things day by day. So
Yeah.
if I'm entering a field, like, I have family members who are nurses. My girlfriend wants to become a nurse. But, like, for me, the reward that you're going to get
It's
versus everything that you have to put into it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's
sure.
not even, like...
Yeah, it's not
Dude,
even
it's not even like 1% of me would say that it's worth it, bro. It's not even. It's just simply.
If I didn't
not.
genuinely have this passion to just go in the field that I am and push for it, I'd not be doing this.
bro.
No way.
Bro.
No way.
Bro, you'll tap out like max pay that you could make as like an anesthetic nurse, like 250 grand. Then it's gonna
Then
get
it's done.
Then it's gonna get taxed, and then it's done there, and you have to work for the rest of your life to even
And
get
then
there.
maybe you're taking home 150.
Bro,
What are you?
What?
But now, if you're working on your skills while in the background, right? And I know it's a little tough, but that's what I did. I had to survive through junior year, which
Yeah.
is hardest year, right? I was doing it in the background. You're telling me, well, I'm in school for whatever years, 10, 15 years. It's not that long, like 10 years. I can't do this in the background. And by the time I'm out 32, I'm already set up. So this
Yeah.
is just an
You
extra.
got no debt. Got
this
no
is just
debt.
an extra. Boom. That's
Yeah.
it. And, go the field, but like learn
Yeah.
a trade. Like we were saying, there's
Yeah.
thousands of trades.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick up one.
The only position, right? Really think about this. You will never be able to be in the position of limitless potential unless you are a business owner. Like even if you're a business owner within a trade or something medical, unless you become the boss of yourself and your practice and your business.
Yeah.
Like say you become a construction worker, right? If you're working for a construction union for the rest of your life, yes, there's golden handcuffs that they'll put on you for more incentive, but at the same time, unless you become the owner of your own construction business, you tap out. You tap out on their pension. You tap out on what they allow you to get.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's
that's it.
it's
You
their
just can't-
rules.
You're there.
It's their rules, and then you're stuck playing by the rules.
Bro, it's crazy. The school system sets you
You
up.
get stuck playing by the rules. Yes.
Yeah.
You always you always
crazy.
get stuck playing by other people's rules, and that's why like if you're in the position to where you can start a business, all you're doing is cutting out cutting out the people that are going to give
It's
you
how you know.
a false reality of an opportunity. Like, think about it. Me and Dario are working on a digital marketing agency. We could easily go work for a digital marketing agency, but we'll just make less money. What is even the
Eventually,
point?
you're just gonna tap out.
Why not just start your own? And have it have limitless potential. So, yeah, we have to
Yeah.
insource all the work now, but eventually you don't have to. What, bro?
You just build and build and build.
It makes no sense. You just build yourself up, but...
Dude, remember us going to the Coldplay concert? How many people there were at that? And
Yes,
the realization-
I came to a realization. Like I went to a Coldplay concert and just saw a bunch of fans and how everyone was almost in awe of Chris Martin's lifestyle. I even went to the Yankee game yesterday. Everyone's seeing Aaron Judge. Like you're telling me, like if most of these people had the position and like do you want to live how Aaron Judge lives or do you want to live how you live? Oh, Aaron Judge. Like many people want to change the position that they're in financially. The recognition that
You know what's
get.
funny? I've had that thought so many times, and every time I think about it, I can happily say that I love the life I'm in.
But it's because you're one of the very few people that has actually put yourself in the position to where you should be happy.
Like
about
I would
the
never
lifestyle
switch,
you have.
and I don't make
No.
I don't make 6-7 figures right now.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not bringing in 50,000 a month.
Yeah,
Right.
you will.
You definitely
You will. But bro, it's like
And that's the thing is, I'm happy with the process, and I'm happy with growing, and I genuinely like doing this. And one day, when I'm sitting back and I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm bringing in that much money, I could say, well, here I am. I'm chilling,
Dude.
doing what I want. I'm making money. I did it the right way.
this is not a diss. I have a lot of wealthy friends. Been around a lot of wealthy people. They
Yeah.
are not smarter than you. Straight up, they are not smarter than the average person. I've talked to them.
No.
Some of them are fucking dumb as a brick on everything other than what they know within their respected field.
Yeah.
You just get good at something and you continue upscaling it. You fucking ask them a single question about something world history related or math related and they don't know it. But at the same time, what is the point of them knowing it?
Yeah.
If they don't care for it and it provides
Doesn't help
absolutely
to their value. It's not adding to their.
it provides
their
no
structure.
value for them. So if it doesn't add, exactly. So if it doesn't help them structure their business or do anything for them, why do I need to know about it?
No.
You can't know everything. I don't care if you're the president. You don't know everything about fucking everyone.
No.
You're just the president.
Yeah. And
So-
it's just like once you get to high school, I think, there should be a very similar system to college where, while college is even a little bit corrupted, at least you can go to college and you can directly focus on what you want.
Yeah.
Right? High school, I need to take history. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need these requirements.
So many years to get there, though.
Yeah.
The system make it take so many years to just get to where you want to study what the fuck you want to
Mm-hmm.
study.
Exactly. They
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, you're just prone to end up
Yeah.
working and working and working.
Yeah.
I don't want to work. I don't
Yeah.
want to work every day 8 hours and make minimum wage.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to do during my summer. This summer, every single day, I've been able to do what I want.
Yeah.
How many people can say that?
No one.
How many people could say that? Right now, tomorrow, I can wake up at 12 p.m.
Yeah. And just be
and
chilling.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's like, and even when I'm a doctor and I get a structure, right? Or, if
You can still make
if
your
it
own
goes that
hours.
route, if it goes that route, at least I'm still going to be doing what I want.
Dude, I have an uncle that's a surgeon that works 10 days on, 10 days off.
Does what he wants.
10 days
that's
on,
how he
10
likes
days
living.
off.
Yeah. Boom.
That's insane.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah, you get at the end of the day, you got to stick with something and run with it and just literally don't give up on it and make sure that it's something that you have limitless potential with. That is the moral of the story. 17 years old, almost saved up 6 figures already.
Yeah.
Not a lot of kids could say that. Most kids are still starving to try to get themselves to 10 grand. And I have friends that right now I'm literally encouraging not to quit work, but if you're going to work, I'm like, go do, I'm like, go
or
work.
at least take that and invest into
Yes.
something.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
big
Take the
thing.
money you're working and invest into something and try to get a better job. Like I have a friend that bartends and makes great money.
Yeah,
I'm not.
bartending's fantastic.
There's-
I suggest actually, not because that's not really a minimum wage job.
No, it's not.
Bartending?
Dude, I have friends that make $800 to $1,200 a night.
1,200.
Yeah.
And it's more of a female position, but I even have my cousin was doing 800 a night.
My
bartending.
mom's even
he was doing just fine.
my mom's client made 60 grand in a summer. 60 grand in a
And that's
summer.
your startup.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
your startup.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's
you go
your
back to
startup.
school, you do your research in the summer, you bartend, you save up.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's say even cut that in half, 30 grand. If I had 30,000 to start up,
Turning that
you
into
know.
fucking endless money.
yeah, I had
Yeah.
5. Now you have 6 times.
Yeah.
You have 6 times. And even 5 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I have so many friends that, go paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And they're
And
another
they're blowing it. They're blowing it because they're
that's-
just.
Like, I think they're rich.
That's a huge thing. Is I know so many, and this is I just see it. I know it's males as well, but I just see it on TikTok. Females, they get their paycheck, and where do they go?
Clothing hauls. Like, bro, what? Bro, what? That's insane.
Like-
The only thing I spend money on is food.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I spend money on food, and then I spend gas. All right, I would say essentials. That's it.
Bro, and literally we
I mean, the field I'm in supplies me clothing, so I guess
Yeah.
that's a plus. But clothing, that is not something that your hardworking money, you're just throwing it out. You're almost just dumping it out.
Yeah.
And save it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
But the only reason that we spend money on food is because I truly believe that say we go out to Chipotle and we spend $10 on a bowl each. I literally think that long term that saves us money. Because think about this: what if I would have spent the 2 hours that it would have taken to prep all the food, cook it, eat it, and then clean it? Think about that.
yeah.
No one's doing that for me.
Nah, yeah.
Other than when my mom cooks, which my
Mm-hmm.
mom cooks somewhat frequently. But think about it. You're saving money long term. Think about what you could have done in that time in relation to your business or work. And
When you have that extra, there's so many days where I'm just like, I wish I had 2 more hours.
Yeah.
It happens so many times.
Yeah.
And like that's just a crazy thing. And especially like, unfortunately, I used to be a big procrastinator. I'm starting to avoid that a little bit more, but it's a very hard thing to get out of is procrastinating.
Yeah.
When you're like given a task, not waiting for the last second, and then you have to tell yourself, man, I'm out of time in the day. That's it. So
Yeah.
like, I totally agree. Sometimes going out and just eating a dinner or going to pick something up, it is worth it sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's all right. I think that is 10 times better than spending $300 on Shein, getting your box in, getting all these clothes, and repeating a month later.
yeah, waste of money. On that note, I feel like we touched on a lot, bro.
We covered it.
You
so
good?
much. Yeah.
Good? You think we're capped?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I appreciate you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, follow, subscribe for more content. Max, thank you so much for coming on. I really
man.
appreciate it, brother. This was lit. Max, come back anytime. We'll
Dude,
run it. We'll
I'll be
run it
back.
back. Bro, we can literally talk about anything. We just spewed off the top.
It's like endless.
Fire episode. I hope you guys got some new insight and just learned a lot. Really take these episodes, soak up as much as you can, because I'm literally learning with you. I swear to you. Because I have a podcast, I'm able to interact and network with a lot of good people, and I learn from them. I then come here and preach you the information that they tell me. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not in a crazy position right now, but I'm literally right now I'm a middleman. I'm just giving you all the advice that I get from them.
Yeah.
So on that note, thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.
See ya.